Hi there, my name is Shubham and I come from Uttarakhand. I have a cumulative work experience of 4 years in the education domain, and primarily the area that I was involved in was teacher professional development. So after working in this particular domain for about 4 years, that too in rural parts of Rajasthan, I felt that I need to explore this area more and perhaps expand my horizons and the knowledge that I have with respect to this particular field. And that's how I came to learn about this particular course, which is specially tailor-made for mid-career professionals or people who want to upskill and learn more about the different facets of education. And that's how I basically landed up in the ME in Education and Technology program. Right. So I was a bit familiar with the foundational courses, as in when we talk about philosophy of education, or apart from that, historical aspects, or policy and those sort of regular subjects. So I had a general idea about these different areas, but after joining this course I got to learn about product management, that too specifically in the education domain, learning design principles, and apart from that, emerging technologies. So these three specific subjects were quite new for me, as in I was aware about their existence, but this course provided me a greater insight into these three areas. And yeah, this can be perhaps the highlight which I would mention, that these three courses were something different, which you usually don't get to find in MA in other education programs. Right. The kind of work that I was doing in the past, it was mainly field oriented. That is, you had to do a lot of field visits, go to different schools, do classroom demonstrations, conduct teacher training exercises, plan modules and stuff. But after joining this course, I came to learn about different facets, like I mentioned in the previous segments. So how do you basically go about designing a learning experience? That is something that I wasn't quite familiar with in the past. And this journey specifically brought me not just to the theoretical aspects of this area, but also the technological know-how which is required in order to conduct holistic learning experiences for the learners. So this was definitely an add-on, and I look forward to this particular skill that I've caught up, and I feel that this will take me to other promising areas within the larger domain of education. And I would also like to share with you that I'm recently that I'm about to join an organization. It's basically a tech company, and whatever theoretical learnings or practical experience that this course had me to offer, it has basically transpired into a real opportunity, tangible opportunity for me, and I'm keen to begin my journey as a learning designer in the upcoming month in a tech company. So that's how it's been for me so far. The fact that this course is one of the few courses that any institution has to offer currently was probably the biggest surprise that I came across. And furthermore, the different modalities that the course has to offer. For instance, if you are a part-timer, you have the convenience of pursuing this course part-time, that too over a span of 2 years. Or if you just want to get done with it in a single stretch, there's also the option of pursuing the course full-time. That's the option that I picked. So you have different modalities, and it's quite fantastic in those terms, because quite obviously it becomes difficult for certain people to make such a call, that too at a certain juncture of their career, because it comes at a great opportunity cost, right? So that's not feasible for many people to go for a full-time 2-year master's. But in that sense, this course is not just exciting, but also surprisingly convenient for many of the people. Apart from that, after joining the course, when I landed up at TISS, I got to learn more about my postmates, and I found that the entire cohort was very diverse in nature. And when I say diverse, I'm not just referring to the kind of jobs that they had taken up, or the different walks of life that they were coming from, but also the age group was quite vibrant, in the sense that some of my course mates were assistant professors, and a few of them had just started working in an organization soon after finishing their postgrad or graduation. So even from that sense, the whole blend of the course was quite vibrant, quite rich, and it certainly helps you when you join the classes. You get a rich exposure to different perspectives, and it also helps you consolidate your own learnings. that you derive from the course and from the different interactions that you have with people. So yeah, that's my take on that question. Thing is, it was back in 2023 that I decided to quit my full-time job and to go for this course. But even after securing admission in the course itself, there were a few times when I was quite skeptical about that decision as to whether what I did was correct or not. Because certainly, after you've been in a full-time role, it gets difficult for you to transition into a scenario wherein you are a full-time student and not a professional, working professional. But today, when I look back, I feel that the decision that I made about 1.5 years ago, it was absolutely worth it. Because in my particular case, had I gone for the part-time option, I think it could have been difficult for me to do justice with the course contents. I mean, that's for me, that's an individual thing. But at the same time, I won't underscore the fact that taking this course full time can be quite intensive for you and at times challenging as well, because the kind of learning curve that we have here for this program is quite steep and quite fast paced also. The entire delivery of the program is quite fast paced. So you'll have to work out all those things and make a reasonable decision as to you want to go with a full-time option or the part-time. Apart from that, contents-wise, it's more or less the same. It makes not much difference. Yeah, so I'd like to have a one-on-one with these people. I mean, you're gonna have a good time here once you land up at TISS, because the experiences that I was talking about, they aren't restricted to a course, a given course or a given school for that matter. The kind of exposure that you get, because you have multiple schools here, you get to interact with people from different areas, different subject domains, different expertise. So it helps you connect really well, it helps you to learn and pick around quite a lot of things in your journey. So yeah, I mean, I would certainly suggest anyone who basically is rooted in the educational realm and wishes to learn more about the different phenomena taking place in it, whether we talk about policy, design, curriculum, practices, implementation, or basically anything at the intersectionality of these different areas. So it's certainly a very rational and very well put thought if you go with this course. And I wish you all good health and great success once you join this course. Thank you.